save his own is not defense. Arbitrarily and defense stands for the principle that a killing an innocent life to save his own, not a defense and necessity, cannot be pleaded as a defense against. In this case, it is held killing an innocent life to save one's own does not justify murder, even it is under extreme necessity of hunger. A necessity of hunger does not justify rationality. Killing an innocent life to save one's own. Actually, one and from the commencement of the Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005, one and from the commencement of the Hindu Succession Act. In a joint Hindu family governed by the Mixtaxer law, conferring on daughter Cooper, daughter compulsory state status by substituting new section for section 6 in the section Act 2005. Joint Hindu family governed by the Mixtaxer law, conferring on daughter compulsory status. Section 6. Section 5 of the Hindu Marriage Act relates to Section 5. Condition of a Hindu marriage. Marriage between a girl of 22 years marries her maternal uncle, son of 23, accordance with the Special Marriage Act. Such marriage is void. Maternal uncle, son of 23 years. Special Marriage Act, void. Special Marriage Act. Presumptions. A residing in Delhi published Kolkata. Delhi publishes a Kolkata statement defamatory. A residing in Delhi of B. B may be sue either in Kolkata or in Delhi. Sue case either in Kolkata or Delhi. Exactly same to the judicial control. Judicial control delegated. Judicial control delegated legislation may be exercised on the ground of doctrine of ultra-vires, malafides, exclusion of judicial review. Judicial control of delegated legislation may be exercised on the ground of exclusion of judicial review, malafides, doctrine of ultra-vires. Judicial control of delegated legislation is exercised through judicial review. Delegated legislation can be quashed by a court if it is found to be ultra-vires. It may be declared ultra-vires if the rule-making authority is power malafide or acts within ulterior motives. Judicial control of delegated legislation is exercised through judicial review. Delegated legislation can be quashed by a court if it is found to be ultra-vires. It may be declared ultra-vires. Judicial control legislation may be exercised on the ground of ultra-vires, malafires, exclusion of judicial review. Exception is exercised through the judicial review. Through judicial review, legislation can be quashed by a court if it is found to be ultra-vires. Ultra-vires. If the rule-making authority exercises the power malified or acts with an ulterior motives. The principle of res judicata is dealt to under section dash of CPC. Dash of CPC. Under section dash of CPC. Under section 11 of CPC. Res judicata. Dealt with under section 11 of CPC. Section 14 of CPC deals with. Section 14 of CPC deals with. Section 14 of CPC. Presumption as to foreign judgment. Presumption as to foreign judgment. A residing Delhi publishes in Kolkata statements defamatory of Section 14 of the CPC deals with presumption as to foreign judgment. Foreign judgment. Provision regarding filing of suit under the Code of Civil Procedure. Civil Procedure Code dealt under Section 83. Provision regarding filing of a suit by an alien. Civil Procedure Section 83. Alien. An order issued by the court under Civil Procedure Code 1908 as per order XSI Rule 46 for recovery of amount due to the judgment creditor is known as an order issued by the court under Civil Procedure Code 21 Rules 46 for recovery amount of the judgment creditor is known as garnishee order. Garnishee order. Court under Civil Procedure Code 1908 Order 21 recovery amount due to judgment creditor is known as garnishee order. Section 88 read with order XXX 35 of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. Section 88 order of 35 interpleader suit. Interpleader. In which of the following case offense of sedition was in issue? In which of the following case offense of sedition was in issue? Offense of sedition. Queen Empress versus Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Niharendu Datta Majumdar versus Emperor Ketarnath Singh and State of Bihar. Queen Empress Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Kedarnath versus State of Bihar. Offense of sedition. Deliberate and malicious act intended to outrage religious feelings of any class by insulting its religion. Deliberate and malicious act intended to the outrage religious feelings of any class by insulting its religion. An offense under Section 295A. Deliberate and malicious act intended to outrage religious feelings. Under Section 29. Under Section 29 of a CPC, CRPC, the court of a chief judicial magistrate may pass any sentence authorized by law. Pass any sentence authorized by law except a sentence of death, imprisonment for life, imprisonment for a term exceeding 7 years. Court of a chief judicial magistrate may pass any sentence authorized by the law. Pass any sentence authorized by law except a sentence of death, imprisonment for exceeding 7 imprisonment for a term exceeding 7 years. Pass any sentence authorized by the law. Death, imprisonment of life exceeding 7 years. Under Section 29 of CRPC, Court of a Chief Judicial Magistrate may pass any sentence authorized by law except death, imprisonment for the life, imprisonment for the exceeding 7 years. Pass any sentence except death sentence, imprisonment for life, or 7 years, imprisonment for exceeding 7 years. Chief Judicial Magistrate cannot award provision regarding filing of a suit by an alien under the Code of Civil Procedure is dealt under. Provision regarding filing of suit by an alien. Section 83. Section 83. Vis major means. Vis major means. Act of God. Act of God. Vis major. According to class or doctrine of act of state in law, according to classical doctrine of act of state in law of torts means an act of the torts means an act of the sovereign power of a country that cannot be challenged, controlled, or interfered with by municipal courts. An act of the sovereign power of the countries. Act of state in laws of torts means an act of sovereign power of a country. Sovereign power of a country. Sovereign power of a country that cannot be challenged, controlled, or interfered with the municipal courts. Classical doctrine of act of state. In tort, all person who aid or counsel or direct or join to the committal of a wrongful, who aid or counsel, all person who aid or counsel or direct or join in the committal of a wrongful act are known as actually joint tortfeasors All persons who aid or counsel or direct or join in the committal of a wrongful act. MC Mehta versus Union of India 1986 Sriram Food and Fertilizers case related to Oleum gas leak. 1986 Sriram Food and Fertilizers case related to Oleum gas leak. MC Mehta versus Union of India. Oleum gas leak, Sriram Food. Joint 30 sirs. A director join in the committal of a wrongful act are known as who aid or counsel or director join in the committal. MC Mehta, Sriram Food and Fertilizers case. Oleum gas leak. MC Mehta, Union of India 1986 Sriram Food and Fertilizers case. Oleum gas leak. Bhopal gas disaster. Already acquired everyone's attention towards the issue of the environment. A workman aggrieved by the order of a dash may directly make an application. Dismissal, discharge, retrenchment or otherwise termination of the service. A workman agreed by the order of directly make an application to the labor court. Dismissal, discharge, retrenchment or otherwise termination of the service. Relation to the labor court of the tribunal for adjudication of the dispute. Dismissal, discharge, retrenchment or otherwise termination of the service. The workman agreed by the order of dash may directly make an application to the labor court or tribunal for adjudication of the dispute. B. Dismissal, discharge, retrenchment or otherwise termination of the service. Dispute and the court tribunal is empowered to adjudicate. The National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission was constituted in the year 1988. National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission. Consumer Upabhokta. Dismissal, discharge, retrenchment or otherwise termination of the service. May directly make an application to the labor court or tribunal for the adjudication of the dispute. Tribunal is empowered to adjudicate such dispute. What is the limitation period applicable to the three forums in entertaining a complaint under the Consumer Protection Act? Three forums in entertaining complaint under the Consumer Protection Act. 2 years from the date on which the cause of action has arisen. 2 years from the date on which the cause of action has arisen. What is the limitation period applicable to the three forums in entertaining a complaint? 1986. 2 years from the date on which cause of action has Consumer Protection Act. Under Section 82 of the Indian Penal Code, nothing is an offence which is done by a child under the age of 7 years. Nothing is a crime. Bis major means bis major means act of God. Russia doctrine has said laws of torts mean act of the sovereign power of the country which cannot be challenged or enforced with the municipal courts. Provision regarding the filling of sitting of an alien under. Provision related to GST are inserted in the Constitution by GST. GST are inserted in the Constitution by Constitution 101st, 101, 101 Amendment Act. Section 6. Section 6. He is accused of waging war against the government of India. Section 6. India by taking part in armed insurrection in which property is destroyed, troops are attacked, and goals are broken. Occurrence of the fact is relevant as forming part of the general transactions. Through he may not have been present at all then. Under which section? Evidence Act. Section 6. Evidence Act. The government. Any goals are broken often. The occurrence of these facts is relevant. Section 1110 of the Evidence Act deals with burden of proofs as to ownership. Section 10 of the Evidence Act. Burden of the proof as to ownership.